I just got out of therapy. I was being so dramatic. I'm trying to get this fly out of my room. I was being so dramatic. I haven't seen her in a month because of that insurance company stuff. My insurance got dropped for like 2 days, but it took 3 weeks for them to re re reestablish it. How y'all doing? Drinking lemon water. Face breaking out because of my cycle. It's not cute. Hey, birdie, baby. There go y'all boy. Hey there, boy. He's so handsome. I love that man. She agrees with me that she thinks the stuff I've been going through is hormonal, so I really cannot wait to go to the doctors, but that's not until July. So I have about 3 more weeks until I can go see him. He's not even a doctor, he's a nurse practitioner, but either way, he's gonna get me right. He's probably gonna send me to a nerve conduction study person for my nerves, for my bilateral carpal tunnel and my nerve damage in my arm. And then he's probably going to send me to go get my levels taken to see what I'm depleted in. Because I was like, girl, I had the heat on yesterday. She was like, I said, oh my God, your face. Because yes, we talk like that. She's really cool. Her and my psychiatrist are also females. My whole circle is female. My doctor's gay. Like, this ain't the season of male energy for me. And I was even telling her that. I was like, the more isolated I become, the more anxious I am when I go out in public. I was giving my rainbow fluorite the business the other day. It's still on my bed somewhere. And it's a shard. It's not smooth like this. Now, this is a rubbing gemstone. Like, this is cut so that you can rub it. This is to be sitting up in your windowsill somewhere. Well, no, you don't want to put this in the light, or on your counter or something like this, or on your desk. It's not to go like this. I almost cut my hand open the other day because I was so anxious when I go out. I have my gemstones and I'm going like this because I'm like, I view men as a threat and as animals, when I'm outside. So I respond accordingly. If I see a man walking down the street, it's the same to my brain as seeing a bear walk down the street, for real. But I was telling her I can't see everything just through a medical lens. I look at everything through a spiritual lens. So if I can't sleep or if I'm not eating, it's for a reason. And so now I just meditate. I don't even like using that word because it's not something that vibes with me. I just sit in silence and stillness. That's what I do. And then whatever happens, happens. But with the breath work, there's this new thing where I'm supposed to be deeply breathing in and out for 11 minutes and then still my thoughts, go beyond the realm of thought where there is no thought, and then just be there in silence and stillness. So that's the goal. Shutting all of that stuff off and just existing. Because I want to go higher up the spiritual chain. What are you doing? Are you rubbing your shell on the wall? Why are you doing that? Animals are just like humans. They will do whatever they need to do to get your attention. I'm talking. He's rubbing his shell up against the heater that's not on, and it makes a noise. And every time I look at him, he'll stop. It's like, why are you sniffing that? He acts like a dog. You smell fire? She not here. My daughter, I've never seen teenagers get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and leave. Her whole friend group gets up early. Daggone utility bills going up. They don't even send me a bill anymore. They just keep sending me cutoff notices. How are you sending me a cutoff notice for $200, but the lady downstairs has a cutoff notice for $862? Make it make sense. I don't care what they say. I'm taking my tail to CSL. I hope I don't die. Because I feel like I shouldn't go. Like, spiritual people should not be selling their blood. Well, nobody should. Well, it's the plasma. Either way, anything could happen when I'm attached to that machine. But I don't like having debt. I don't like that. And I don't like uncertainty. But here's where faith comes in, because I've already put into action everything that I need to put into action. And so I don't like chasing things, because that's when accidents happen. So I'm just going to pray about it and just see what happens. That's how I make decisions. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm spending less than $50 on our groceries this week. This is all they get. Avocados, lettuce, These are my potatoes. They have white potatoes. I don't. They have yellow potatoes. I don't want those. Another watermelon. They do have seed. The seedless watermelons do have seeds in them. They just have less black seeds, but they still have white seeds and they have a couple black seeds, but they do have seeds in them. And sweet potatoes. These are her mangoes, some apples, and almond milk for fire because I've gone back to oat milk. So yeah, $47. Except for I'm probably gonna go to the bodega and get them some rice, which I'll get 10 pounds for $10 plus tax. So I think she went up to like 11.50 for 10 pounds of jasmine rice. I have my brown rice. Oh, I ordered some matcha because I'm not doing coffee anymore. So I'm gonna use matcha to help me with my energy level, which I didn't know anything about it. It's gonna come in a powder form, and I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of water and just eat it as a paste in the morning and see how that goes. Use it like a vitamin. But they specifically said it's not good for celibate women because it increases your libido. They said only take it if you have good discipline, which I do, so it'll be fine. It improves your mood, increases your energy, and it helps with hormone balance. And it's also nutrient rich. So, yeah. Individuals with hormone sensitive conditions like cancer or fibroids should consult with a healthcare professional before using matcha. So I'm just gonna take a half a teaspoon at first, and just mix it with a little water and eat it if I'm having a stop because it gives you a lot of energy. And I do intermittent fasting, so I probably won't eat. Sometimes I eat at 2, sometimes I eat at 5 p.m., sometimes I don't eat till 7:30, and I don't want to take matcha with my food that late and be up all night. So I'm going to take it very first thing in the morning. First thing I do is hydrate myself. Well, I pray, then I give the animals their food and water, then I get water, then I go to the bathroom. That's what I do. But when I get my water in the morning, I could just take the matcha because I'm taking it as a capsule. I don't really feel like that's breaking my fast. But technically, isn't that breaking my fast though? Because my body has, I don't know, whatever. It's not food. I'm just going to take it and then see if that helps me with my energy levels. And then we'll see what the doctor says next month about my hormone levels. Getting old, y'all. Did I tell you I called my lawyer? I don't know why I was so afraid to talk to him. I probably already told y'all. He never answers the phone either. But he did. He answered the phone and I talked to him because I'm like, yo, I don't know about this disability case. And I'm like, telling him I'm concerned about my future because my condition is just getting worse. And that's when he just talked to me about how Social Security doesn't want to give people disability that are my age, that I'm young as far as they're concerned. And to focus more on the carpal tunnel stuff, which I'm going to go ahead and do. But I do think about my future a lot, but I don't want to limit myself. One thing I am limiting myself in, though, is men. That's a dead deal. I was married for 20 years and had 6 kids by one man. I'm not about to sit up here and start over. I don't want to dig up my past. Like if I don't. I'm not even gonna get off into if I did this because I was gonna say if I did meet somebody, I wouldn't even like want to talk to them about my past. You would have to meet who I am today and go from there because that's too much to unpack, and I don't want to bring old baggage into my relationship. And I don't want to have another relationship. It's too much. Uh, all of my energy is sucked up by my family, my children, and it's not gonna change. I don't see that changing. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Maybe they'll be good by the time they 30. Maybe. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know how I've made it through life without parents. I really, really, really don't. I don't. I wonder how rare that is or how common. Children with no parents, unsupportive parents that won't care for them. Because that's why I started working at such an early age because my adoptive mom just stopped buying me stuff and I needed things. You can't go to high school and not have clothes or things that you need for school. You need things. You need things to take care of yourself. I don't know. My whole life, I'm used to people just walking away from me, throwing me away like I'm nothing. After me changing so much of who I really was or what I wanted to do with my life to suit them, just for them to throw me away for someone else. So I've got such deep seated issues with people. That's why it's so easy for me to be alone, because I've been betrayed by people that I loved over and over and over again. And now I'm to the point where I'm not. Mm-mm. It's the beaten dog that bites everybody. You know, some dogs bite because they've been beaten. I miss my dog. But he had to go because he was suffering. But I really miss him. He really loved me. I know for a fact that dog loved me. And I loved him. And it was such a pure love. Like, I loved that dog. I breathed him. I know what every part of his body looks like. I know what he smells like when he's angry. I know what he smells like when he doesn't feel well. I know when he's scared. Like, I have never had such an animal be a part of me. Rest in peace to Smelly, y'all. He was a real one. I love that dog, y'all. It doesn't even feel right calling him a dog. I love that man. He was a man. Oof. I hope his spirit is somewhere where he could have a working body and he don't have to suffer, and his spirit can really be boundless the way it deserves to be. He deserves to have a human body for real. He was a real one. I love that dog, boy. So I've incurred a lot of loss. So I just have these wounds that I don't want to be filled up with anything but God, for real. Faith and strength. Because I was filling those wounds up with toxic relationships. I tried to fill those wounds up with my husband and ended up with 6 kids. I love them, but their father definitely lives through them. That's one thing I can see. And sometimes I forget that they are part him. Like, genetically, spiritually. Like, you are your father too. I'm so busy looking at them through me, but yo, it's a whole other gene pool y'all mix with, and it's very different from who I am. So I think that's one of the most challenging parts of being a parent, is seeing something that is not you and your kids, or seeing things in your kids that you work to repress yourself. Like, yo, put them demons back in your skin. Put them in there. Why are you showing everybody all demons? It's like my kids are my demons. Like, everything that I've tried to suppress in myself are just so pronounced in my kids. And maybe therein lies the frustration and, like, the disappointment. I'm disappointed in myself for not showing them better or being better to give them. I'm telling you, why couldn't I wake up before I had kids? I would have never had them. I'm not good enough to have kids. So dumb. So dumb. I've made so many mistakes with them kids. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. They deserve so much better. That's crazy. And I deserved so much better, too. I deserve nothing. Girl. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I love it when I'm not gonna say I love it, but I do love it. I love it when I lose subscribers, because I'm like, good, because you shouldn't have been here to begin with, because I showed you my true side and you didn't like that and you left, and that's fine. And that makes me feel safer in my community. You don't want people in your community that are judging you. You know? I am my true self. I need my frequency to be high. And in order to do that, you have to be authentic and truthful and come from a place of love. Those are the highest vibrations: authenticity, love, honesty, being grateful. On the other hand, being okay with not being okay. Sometimes I'm not okay. Sometimes I don't even want to be. I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to feel that way. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, that's it. But he better be on time for therapy. I already told him. I don't need to keep telling him. He know. I have a lot of stuff to do. I told my son I'm going to be focused on myself and my health right now. I texted him. I said, I hope y'all not out there being moralless heathens. He thought that was so funny because all the siblings talk about each other like it's tea. They think they're a tea page, and I'm their viewer, and they just tell me everything. And I'm like, y'all need to learn how to keep some things sacred. If you're having a spat with your significant other, you don't call your sibling and talk about it. You don't call your family and talk about it. You don't go to work and talk about it. You need to protect your relationship and protect yourself, because guess what? When you guys are ready to get married, everybody's going to be like, well, so-and-so did this. Remember when so-and-so did that? They wouldn't even know about those things had you not told them. You need to keep certain things precious. I remember when I was pregnant with my daughter, nobody knew until I gave birth to her. And my adopted mother was so pissed about that. Well, first of all, she didn't want me to have any more kids. She didn't agree with my interracial relationship, and she really didn't even really like me. So why would I tell you I'm pregnant? She found out that she had a granddaughter when she had a granddaughter. I like to protect what is precious to me. That wasn't done to me, for me, when I was a child. Was none of my sacred stuff protected. So I'm going to be that for mine. I love my life. I like to suffer. I'm a Scorpio. I'm used to it. No. Titties all out. I don't know why men get to not wear shirts in the summertime. It's not fair. If you can show your titties, I should be able to show mine too.
Yeah, we agree.
You don't got nipple stickers or nothing. They just out there, Janet Jackson. Okay. What's up?
Damn, hold on. You made me forget what I was gonna say. Nah, you look like you like a little what do they call them? A librarian.
I have a lot of books.
No, you do have a lot of books. In fact, I was about to read last night, but then realized
I was about to read last night. You ain't even locked the back door or put the mayonnaise away. Once your brain had that food taken care of, it was like bed, shower, bed. As soon as you got your food satisfied, like you're so animalistic, you literally dropped everything where it was and walked away. No, it shows you like you really do have to retrain your brain because you don't get a lot of sleep. And especially if you're going to use other substances, you really have to train your muscle memory so that it's automatic. When I walk through a door that's getting locked, it's automatic. I could be dead sleep and everything is going to be locked because I've trained myself to be that way on some real shit. You really got to do that.
Nah, you're right. I got lock in with that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So her AC is busted. And we need to go somewhere to get it fixed. Reputable.
No, only go to the German. Only the German. He does good business. Hold on, let me look him up. Can I tell you how pressed I'm not to go to the bodega and get them that jasmine rice? They need to eat brown rice anyway. If I talk about something, I want yellow rice. That used to be my favorite rice. Until I found out that it was just white rice with chicken broth seasoning in it. Yellow rice. Well, I want some blue rice. How about that? Rainbow rice. How about that? They don't eat that brown rice and go here somewhere. 1:00 p.m. and we are breaking our fast. I haven't had anything but lemon water. And after this, I'll probably eat some cashews and pumpkin seeds. That's my favorite little snack mix right now. I usually eat cinnamon on my pineapples, but I'm not in the mood for it. I'm just sitting up here watching these people struggle in the rain with these groceries. I don't know why they won't just use a delivery service. And I see so many moms with multiple children, little children, tired, struggling, pregnant sometimes, struggling in these grocery stores. Like, girl, if you don't get you an Instacart, I don't get it. I haven't seen the inside of a grocery store in 3 years. It's raining. I love the rain. Since I started this social media diet, I've done a lot of looking outside, and it's made it easier to fall into breath work because you want to fill those spaces where you're not online with inactivity. And sometimes I don't necessarily want to work my brain because my mind is always going so constantly. I just want to do something that doesn't require thought but still requires effort. Like, I want to move my body without having to move my mind, basically. So that's why I like to work out and to stretch. And I do those lymphatic drainage exercises where you're lifting your arms and then going like this. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I'm just now learning about a lot of this stuff. I learn and then I tell you all. And sometimes I have to correct myself because that's life and we all make mistakes. And then sometimes I just change my position on how I see things. So maybe how I felt a year ago is not how I feel now. And likewise, a year from now, maybe I won't feel about certain things the same way that I do now because I plan on growing and expanding and being a different version of myself, a better version of myself. I don't recognize the me from 20 years ago. That is a totally different person. Who is that lady? Who is it? Me? Uh-uh. Mm-mm. In a court of law, I would say I don't know that person. That's how different I am now. So I don't want to really hold myself or other people to who they were in the past. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to revisit relationships I have cut off. You are cut off for a reason. I don't even want to go to the same cities that I've been to before. I want all of my experiences to be new while also having stability. We're going to figure it out. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Subscribe if you like. Hit the like if you like me.